To set up your ASA, you go to the QEMU box. Alright? And the ASA box. Under the pre-configuration, you want to make sure you have 842. Not 802, 842. You hit apply. This is the amount of RAM it's going to give it. That's the minimum amount of RAM to use. If you have 8 gigs, feel free to give it 2. All right? I only have 4 gigs on this laptop, so I'm going to give it 1. Number of interfaces, you can keep all that default. Then the ASA specific settings, little 3 dots. Okay, you see the init RD. This should open into your iOS folder. If it doesn't, navigate to your iOS folder. Alright? Say it opens in downloads. You need to navigate to that iOS folder. Mine is in C:\temp/iOS. I don't know where yours is. You set that up yourself. Anyway, we're looking for the init RD. Select it. Click open. The kernel file should be in the same directory. Now, you don't see a kernel file. It's the ASA 842-VMLINUZ file, the other 842. Alright, don't download the 802 kernel file. It won't work. You need the 842 VM Linux file. Okay, let's save. They should populate down here. That's it. Click OK. Once you've done that, okay, once you've done that, you can have the ASA firewall show up here. Then you can just drag it and drop it into your field. Now it's going to ask you, what ASA do you want? If you have configured more than one ASA, you can save more than one ASA. So if you want to play around with the 802 image, you set it the same fashion, you save it as a different profile, you'll get this drop-down box. If you have only one, okay, you may not get the drop-down box, or you may get the drop-down box with one choice. So I have to choose the 842. Choose me. It'll pop up. Okay. Now, as you can see, down. If you're going to connect anything to this, you need to do it while it's powered up. You need to do it while it's powered up. Now, the ASA is a little finicky. It does not work, it does not play nice with your, let me think if I can remember this correctly. It does not play nice with your end devices. I think it wants to use the Ethernet switches. So you'll have to set up a switch for like each individual network. If you have anything else, geez, this looks like a lab 2/test1. Would it? Kind of, sort of, maybe. All right. Zeros outside, E1 is inside, and anything else is a DMZ. Okay? So,
you said E1 was outside?
E0 is outside. Just as a general rule, and this is kind of one of those default unwritten rules in Cisco design. E0 or Fast Ethernet 0 or Gig Ethernet 0, whichever depending on what model you're using, it's always your outside interface. Okay? Alright, this is kind of like the brotherhood of CCNP security gurus. Your E1 is always your inside interface. And then after that, it doesn't matter. Whatever. Alright? E0 is always outside. E1 is always inside, and then from there you can build DMZs. E2, E3, E4, whatever. Alright, so now I'm going to right click this guy and I'm going to turn him on. Just the ASA for now. You're going to get a little QEMU box. That's fine. This is basically the hypervisor for the ASA beginning to run.
That happened when the power is on?
Yep. Alright. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I gotta do something a little special here. Unfortunately, I wrote it down. See this ASA instructions here? This little command, I always forget to do it. I'm like, why can't I get my ASA to work? I actually have to mount the OS. Yeah, I take that back. You don't have to do that. I'm forgetting I'm in 8.4. 8.4 is a little bit easier to boot up and run and everything else. So, there's no password, nothing of that nature at all. Okay, if you do a show flash, it sets up a flash file that looks, if anybody can convert, that is about 26 megabyte, 28 megabyte, quite a bit. So keep that in mind. If I remember correctly with 8.4, once you do a save for that project, so let's just do a quick file, save project. If I come to that project, temp, ASA demo. See where it says QEMU flash drive? That is your flash. Alright? Now, I cannot save individual files, so if I was going to put up the ASDM file, the GUI, I couldn't put it in here and boot it. I still have to TFTP, which I'll get to later on, still have to TFTP files to the ASA just like I would have to do normally in any environment. Alright? So if I'm going to upgrade the flash or save files to the flash, I just can't drop a file into this directory, into this folder and make it happen. I've got to do it into the flash because this is a compressed flash file. And it looks like I take that back, so it's 640K, I can't do that right. Alright, so That's a bonus with using 8.4 because it sets it up automatically. And with the 8.2 image, you actually have to manually do all that. All right. So from there, let's just do a couple things here. So I have a little bit of fun. Let's say that's what Verizon gave us as a IP. Public space. So let's just say that's a private space for that DMZ. We're going to call this these are going to be the names of our interfaces. So there's my outside interface, here's my inside interface, and this is going to be my DMZ interface. Okay, and let's just make it real simple. My private LAN. Two. And my ASA inside dot one. Okay. Everybody see what I've done thus far? Just label stuff. Just label stuff. All right. So, you guys are going to help me out with the routers. Simple stuff. Not hard. Not hard. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the routers on. I can do this couple, I can do it individually, or I can just hit the play button. Excellent. So I'm going to console into R1. Already has its host name. So that is that dot 15. I think that is my yeah 0 0. Oh wait, that's 0 1. Fast Ethernet 0 1. So and F0/1. And 204.186.201.15. What's the /37 at mask? 52. What? Oh, what an idiot. Too long. Let's do .18. Whoops, my fault. On .17. Now, what do I have to do? What's the next step in configuring an interface after you put the IP on? No shot, thank you. All right, then that'll pop up. Now, take a look here real quick at my network. Let's just for giggles say that we have a cloud that is set up. Let's say that we have a cloud that is set up for, actually let me do this real quick. I'll configure it for my wireless interface. I'm just doing this for example's sake, nothing else. All right. And let's just say that this is DHCP. So, who here remembers how to set up an interface on a router to be a DHCP client?